Welcome to High Infidelity, the best cheating videos on YouTube. If you enjoy this content, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into the video.
My 31 male fiancé 34 female cheated and got pregnant by the other guy. Note, throwaway account. Since we met almost 10 years ago, I've been engaged to my girlfriend with whom I've been dating for 4 years. We had our ups and downs, as I'm sure everyone else had, but it was never due to anything illegal or unethical on our part, as far as I know. Approximately 6 months ago, when my so began a new job, I began to notice / see more red flags in our relationship. We were both overjoyed that she would be able to pursue a career with her new credentials, which I had encouraged her to pursue during her studies prior to her new position. She's made some new friends now that she's been working for a few months and has gotten to know them. Consequently, the first red flags were her being out until 3 o'clock in the morning or being out overnight. She says she slept at her sister's house and not coming home until the following morning. Because I am a trustworthy person, I decided to disregard it without further investigation. Then she takes a trip out of state with her new work colleagues to a beach that is around 6 hours distant, according to the information she provided me at the time. Apparently, while on her beach trip, she went to a bar and met a guy with whom she had relations. For example, my so comes home after a holiday and notifies me the next day that she must depart in order to reevaluate our engagement and relationship. The fact that I've been going about my business as normal without realizing anything was amiss, at this point, I'm not aware of any cheating, has obviously caught me by surprise. I pleaded with her to stay and offered to take her to counseling, but she refused and departed, stating she was sleeping at her sister's house, which she later admitted was true. She eventually returned and said that she wanted to work on things and that she would be ready to go to couples counseling with her husband and children. She told me she was expecting a child 3 weeks ago. Again, I'm a trusting person, therefore I believe it to be mine, especially because we've been trying to start a family for quite some time now. I get overjoyed and started planning baby plans, as well as buying baby books, corner protectors, and other baby-related items. Those red flags, on the other hand, began to emerge in my brain, and my thoughts started to whirl. As a result, I informed her that I intended to have a paternity test performed in order to establish my fatherhood. It was because of my own uncertainty, as well as the fact that I needed to comply with her request, that I answered in the affirmative, but I added that I was trusting her. She was annoyed by my idea, so we decided to put it on the back burner for the time being. When we were chatting about the baby at home on Friday, I brought up the subject of the paternity test once again. As a result of this, she broke down and confessed to me that she had been cheating on me and that she is positive that her father is the other individual. She then informed me that she had scheduled an abortion for the following week for the next day. To put it mildly, I was taken aback, and my heart was shattered as well. Because her abortion appointment was about an hour away, and I didn't want her to become sick or anything else on the way home, I didn't panic. I'm still waiting for that to happen, and I offered to take her there. Then she claims that while on a beach trip with her sister, she met this guy, and the two of them had intercourse. And then they met up again, I assume on a future visit to her sister's house, although she denies this, and had for the second time what she tells me could be more than twice-eyed. It was brought to my attention that the father had informed her that he did not want anything to do with the child, and had encouraged her to get an abortion. She'd been desiring a child for a long time, so I'm sure hearing this news was difficult for her to take. He also suggested that she approach me about raising it on her behalf. Lol, I guess they talked about me. It's possible that if I hadn't been talking about paternity testing, I would have gotten myself into that situation. I moved out of our flat and back into my parents' house shortly after. It seems like she is attempting to express her feelings for me, but I am betrayed and do not see how anything can be resolved at this moment. The fact that our life together has been shattered and that I have lost my companion, her dog, although I am constantly at home with it because I WFH, as well as all the other things that break when a relationship ends, makes me really unhappy. Basically, I'm looking for some guidance on what I should be doing next. Alternatively, I'd want to know if anybody has any suggestions on how to begin experiencing the effects of this, since I'm now feeling lifeless. The comments have been really encouraging, and I appreciate you taking the time to read them. I'm trying to cope with the situation, so thank you for your support. Around 85% of my possessions have been transported. The remainder are in storage and packaged up, so I'll have to schedule some time with the ex-fiancé to look through it all. Nevertheless, after the last trip there is accomplished, I'll be completely relocated to the new location. I was able to get everything of significant value out of there for me. Story 2. GF cheated on a family cruise. My 26 male girlfriend, 28 female of 2 years, just returned from her mother's annual trip in the Caribbean. I was unable to go since I was unable to take time off work. Approximately a year has passed since my girlfriend and I started dating. She had been acting oddly since returning from her vacation, and I had been questioning her about what was wrong every day for more than 2 weeks. She ultimately admits, after inventing a different explanation for each day of the vacation, that she met a guy in a hot tub on the first day of the trip, and that she and he became fast friends. With her mother and the guy she met on the second day of the cruise, she went on a beach excursion to relax and unwind. My girlfriend had visions of the guy in which his arm was wrapped around her, and they were both quite inebriated, and she described them to me. My girlfriend stated that she wanted to use the toilet as they were going back on the ship, and the gentleman offered to let her use his since it was closer to her room. She then walks to the toilet, where the guy allegedly makes an effort to kiss her, which she reportedly denies. She then leaves. But they did spend the rest of the night together, and she said that they walked about the boat holding hands. Because this ship was all about music, the next night was designated as prom night. My girlfriend admitted to me that she had gone to the prom with a guy, despite the fact that she had texted me during the occasion to pretend she was with her mother. It was my girlfriend who told me that she had danced with the guy, and that his hands were on her hips at the time, and that she had really enjoyed herself. They then moved to a lovely place on the ship, where he made an unsuccessful effort to kiss her again, she continued to say. She seemed to have refused him a second time, and then informed him that she was unsure about her relationship with me. Even when I make an effort to ask her comprehensive questions about what happened on vacation over the preceding 2 weeks, she invariably responds by becoming defensive and blaming me. As a consequence, we decided to take a break while we worked to resolve the situation. Several other falsehoods have since been exposed by me, including one in which she claimed to be still conversing with the individual and had made plans to go out of state to meet the guy she had met while on the trip. Later, she said that she wanted to see them in order to get closure. When it comes to all of these falsehoods and disagreements, though, my girlfriend is insistent on getting back together, going to couples counseling, and accepting responsibility for having broken up the best relationship she ever had. My question for everyone is, should I cut my losses now or wait a little longer? Do I make an attempt to atone for my mistakes? However, I've caught her in a number of lies since then, including one in which she said she didn't do anything with the guy other than dance and hold hands,